Alright guys, here we go. How to use my workbook with your Dynasty. That's what we're going to do right now. So I've saved information, the Dynasty file onto my USB. I got it over here on the computer, getting ready to go. So that's what we did. We took it from there to here. It's plugged in. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open Modio. So I got all my information in its own little file right here. Call it Madden, Ncaa, all that stuff like that. But it's got all my programs I need, everything like that. My different files, stuff like that. It's all organized. So I'm not jumping around trying to find different stuff. I suggest something the same, just to make things easier. But obviously, do whatever you really feel like doing. Doesn't matter as long as you get the end result. So Modio is the first thing we're going to open up. This is how we get the save off the disk and into our PC, so we can do stuff with it. I've never got a username or password or anything like that. Never registered. Didn't do any login. The thing works fine just like that. So I wouldn't suggest doing that if you don't want to. What you want to do is open from the device. It'll automatically pop up with your USB that's in there. You'll double click on that. Ncaa 14 is the game we're playing. Test Dynasty is the Dynasty that I'm doing, so I want to double click on that one. It's going to pop up with a new screen. This is your main Modio screen for your file. So to get the extracted file, we want to click on File Contents, click on Dynasty Test, right click, and you're going to say Extract File. Now from here, what you want to do is you want to save two copies. You want to have a default copy, you want to have your copy you're going to edit. The default copy we're going to use later on is for the hex editing. So we have to have that base file that reads on the Xbox already, and then also a file we're going to edit. So I always save two. So this is my default category. So I'm going to go ahead and go under Dynasty. Again, you guys can do whatever you want, and then I'm going to click Save. It's going to say do you want to replace because it's already on here, but for you guys it obviously won't. So save that. Go over here, right click again, extract file, put this in a different folder. Mine's called Edited Dynasty. Again, I'm gonna save it, overwrite because it's already there, but there you go. You're done with Modio for now. I leave it open just because I like to. You don't have to, you can close it, whatever, but I like to leave it open. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the Ncaa Dynasty Editor and double click on that. We're going to load our roster into this. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? Okay, if I get closer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and load, go open. From down here, you're going to see no files because it only reads MCO2s. However, if you go in there and you type asterisk, period asterisk, hit enter, it shows all files. So you want to go into that one you're going to edit. For me, it's under edited and then Dynasty. And it was the Test Dynasty. So boom, doing that, it's going to load up into your Dynasty Editor. Usually doesn't take very long. There you go, it's all good to go. If you look right here, player attributes, that's all your players for all the teams. Player description is obviously their stuff they wear and their body size, stuff like that. We really don't mess with any of that other stuff. The only thing we're going to be really messing with in here, player attributes, and then obviously recruits. If you click on that, takes a second again, but it will load up all your recruits from the recruit database. Now I usually do this, I make the save right after I go into the recruiting part in preseason, and then exit out, or save from there, exit out, and then start doing all this stuff from there. I would suggest doing that just because it seems like it's the best time to do it, and then plus future seasons when you start doing the Dynasty Fixer part, you don't have to do that in Season 1, only Season 2 and on. It just makes sense to do it right there before the season starts. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the recruit one first. So we'll click on recruits here, and then we click on File, Export Current Table. Now, my workbook reads a recruit file that has a certain name. Okay, this certain name is right here, recruit dynasty.csv. That is what you always want to name your exported file from the Ncaa Dynasty Editor. If you do not, my workbook will not work with it. Now, when I send you guys the zip file for the workbook and everything, it's going to include the workbook, and it's going to have recruit dynasty, recruits edited, it'll have roster default, roster edited, and it'll have dynasty CSV and dynasty progression fixed CSV. Those are the six files that basically you need to have to work with a workbook. You're going to be, well, I'll explain that in a second, but those are 6 files you're going to get. The ones that I send you, you don't actually need to use. I just want the files in there so you know the names of everything and what's going on and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to click to save it as that. Say save. Do I want to overwrite? Yes, I would like to overwrite. Okay, now for now we can just kind of, oh god man, it doesn't zoom very well, or it doesn't focus. Go ahead and minus it, okay? Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open my workbook. Now my workbook's already open, so I'm going to click it right there. And if you go down to the bottom here and you click on Recruit Dynasty, you have the top two things right there. If you look in the formula part right here, it's basically saying that the file it's looking for is not there. Also, when you open this thing for the first time, it might say something about enabling macros or some kind of security risk or this and that. There's not a virus. I didn't do anything crazy with this. It's just macros can I guess give issues for. I mean, people can hide stuff in them or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, you might have to enable certain things to get it to work. So anyways, from in here, I need to go back down to. Actually, I'll just open a new one here real quick. Hold on. So what I want to do is I want to open that file we just exported. So if you're looking in here, you're going to look at Recruit Dynasty. That's the one we just exported. We saved it over. That's the file I need to open. So as soon as I double click that file, it's right there. Okay, that file is now open. Now again, we're leaving that in the background. This is just what's getting the information read. So we're going to go back to my workbook, go into Recruit Dynasty. Now if you happen to look in that thing now, see how it doesn't have all the C/document/whatever, that's because that Dynasty file that's looking for, or the CSV file that's looking for, is open. So it's reading information straight from that CSV that we just opened. Okay, Andy Merle, this all guy, whatever. Now, what we do, super easy. Okay, you ready? This is how easy it is. Click macros. It's gonna pop up with this little thing right here. Okay, we want to say populate Recruit Dynasty. That's it. Super easy. Click run, watch the magic. Boom. Okay? That entire CSV file that we just exported has been, all the information, all the original information from that has been taken into here. All the formulas that I got have been ran. Everything's good to go. So we are now completely and totally reset. As you can see, some of the extreme values we got there, the 127s and the 31s and stuff like that. So it's all in there. Everything's good to go. So now what we do, again, we click on macros. One more time. It's going to pop up over here. You're going to say export Recruit Dynasty. Okay? Click run again. Now this file will save automatically into whatever your default save folder is for Excel. Okay? For me, it's under my documents. I don't know if it's going to be the same for you, but that's where it goes. So it's asking if I want to overwrite because I already have a file with that same name in there. Well, yes, I'm going to overwrite. For you, you may not have a file with that same name in there yet, so it'll just go straight there and you'll be like, oh, did anything happen? I don't know what's going on. Well, it automatically saves in there, so just check out that folder. That's what you want. So anyways, you're going to click yes, or I'm going to click yes because I want to overwrite with the new information. Boom, done. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm actually pretty good. Okay, so now what I do is I go down into the file folder. Again, I want to go back to my documents, and I want to go find that file that I just exported, which was recruits edited.csv, okay? I'm going to double click on that. This is very important. I don't know, my phone's wigging out. Okay, so you want to select all. You want to right click, format cells. From here, you want to do number. Make sure the decimals, it's 0. Okay, if you have any decimals in this file whatsoever, the Dynasty Editor will like crash out on you and it won't read it and all that stuff. So you don't want that. Click OK. Okay, once we're done with that, CSV file. We don't need to do anything anymore. So go ahead and X like that. It pops up with, would you like to save it? Why, yes, I would like to save it. Now this is important too. This little thing pops up. Basically, it just says you're in a CSV file, you got formulas and stuff in there, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to save it as a brand new Excel type thing? No, we don't. So we just want to click yes. Okay, that keeps it as a CSV file and eliminates all the formulas and just leaves the values that the formulas have created, which is exactly what we want. Okay. From there, we can go ahead and minimize the stuff, kind of clear the clutter from the screen. Okay. Let's go ahead and find the Dynasty file again. Now we're still under recruits, so now we want to go ahead and hit File, Import Current Table. We're going to go ahead and find wherever you have that file saved. Mine again is right here. The edited one, that's the one we want. Okay. Click open. Watch the little spinny doodad here. Sometimes, dude, and I'll tell you, look how fast that was. I'm done with the recruits. So if you want to check the recruits out, let's go ahead and look at it like acceleration. You can tell that it's all adjusted with that 127 scale. You can also do jump, 0 for everybody but wide receivers and tight ends. Okay, so it's good to go, for recruits at least. So we'll click File, Save. It's going to do a spin thing. It's done. Alright, your recruits are done. So as far as Season 1 goes, you can get this stuff ready and go put it back in the game and be good to go. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's just do that now just so I can show you what's going on. So that's done. So you can close the Dynasty Editor. You already saved it. Everything's good to go. Now's the hex editing. Again, a very important step, a very easy step. So don't stress about it too much if you have no idea what hex editing is. Okay, so here's my hex HD. And I apologize for the shaky camera stuff like this. I'm trying to do my camera and then also look at the computer at the same time. And anyways, so okay, XHD. Now, what I always do is I open the default. Remember the default we saved earlier that we didn't touch? The default one first. So I'm going to go ahead and find my default folder. I'm going to click on Dynasty. I'm going to click on Test. Okay. Now, this is what it looks like. Okay. I'll get to this in a second. Let's go ahead and open up the second one first. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our edited version too. Edited Dynasty Test. Oh, here we go again. Damn file I'm uploading to YouTube that's like a gig. Apparently he's not happy right now. Okay, so I got two files. They have the same name. Remember, our first ones are default. Second one is our edited. Now, if you look at row 2, 0, 0, which is right there, 0, 0, all the way to OB, second line. Check that out when I click back and forth. See how the values change? That is a little hiccup that will cause your file not to load if you just put it back in Modio and try to load it up. It'll be corrupted and all that stuff. So, super duper easy. So we got our default one. We'll select from 0, 0 to OB. Now this never changes. This is for Dynasty files, roster files, pro files. Any save that you get from this game that you can mess with and put back in, it's always going to be line 2 here, 0, 0 to 0B. That's all you have to mess with. I don't know why, but that's it. So we got that. So we're going to go ahead and right click on it. We're going to say copy. Okay. Now we're going to click on the other one. Same thing. We're going to select from 0, 0, 0B. We're going to right click. We don't want to just paste insert. We want to paste right. Very important. Paste right. Okay. Click paste right. Turns red. Now from there, go ahead and just do a little Control S. The red goes away. That means it's saved. Okay. Now if you go ahead and click back and forth, check that out. No difference at all. Exactly identical, right? Okay, so you're done. You've already saved. You can go ahead and close that out. Now we're ready to put it back in Modio. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop that one open that I never closed earlier. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and right click again. This time we're going to say replace file. Okay? Make sure we're in our edited one, okay, because you don't want to load the default one back in because then nothing's going to be changed and you're going to be like, what the hell did I just do? Okay, so test, that's where I'm at, Dynasty Test. Double click, boom, it's in there. Okay? Go back to General File Info. Click on Save to Device. You're going to click on your USB stick there. Double click. It's going to say you're saved. And I always wait till that little part at the bottom from Save to Device changes back to Ncaa Football 14. I don't really think it makes any difference whatsoever, but I do it just to make sure. You're done. That's it. I mean, close Modio right there. I'll go ahead and pop out the USB and we'll show you how this thing loads up on Ncaa. So it's already plugged in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop in the USB stick. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Now let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to okay, let's see. Go ahead and go to Dynasty. Okay, now this is obviously reading from my hard drive, so I want to go select device, select the memory card. Okay, it's gonna pop up there, right there. Preseason continue, San Diego State. That's my test dynasty that we just got. Go ahead and click on that. It's gonna say, hey, we're loading and stuff. And dynasty test, I don't know if you saw that right there. Voila, loaded. Now, I guess there is a little problem because I can't, well, you know what? I can't actually show you the recruits. But we know they're in there because we looked at it in the Dynasty Editor. We saw the edits that were made. So it's really frustrating me this thing won't focus right now. But anyways, we know that the edits were made. We know that they're in there. So now that recruit file's in there, and basically you're ready to go. You're ready to start season 1. You're ready to go and start, and there you go. So that is how you do it. Like I said, super easy. I explained it. It took me, 16 minutes to explain this to you. When you start doing it a few times, like literally, you can take it from your Xbox, edit it, and put it back on your Xbox within 5 minutes. If that. If that. I mean, I've done this so much now that I could probably do it in like 3 minutes. So the only other step to show you guys is what I call the Dynasty Progression Fixer. Basically, it's exactly the same process we just went over. The same exact process. The only difference is in the workbook, instead of working on that recruit tab we got there, you're going to be working on the Dynasty Fixer tab. And the macro, you're going to be populating the Dynasty Fixer one as opposed to the recruit run and exporting Dynasty Fixer. I'll again show that step. I'm going to skip the hex editing, the Modio, all that stuff. You guys should have got that from this video, I hope. But I'll go to the workbook and just show a short one right there. This video is 17 minutes long. Probably going to take a while to upload. So, anyways, man, hope this helped out you guys on figuring this stuff out. I'll do a few more of these because I feel like visual aids are so much easier than written aids. You can get a lot more out, a lot faster. And seeing with your eyes and hearing with your ears always helps out a lot too. So, hope you enjoy, man. Thanks.